So you mean to tell me Chrisean's ex-boyfriend passed away? Is this raising flags for anybody else? Because
the news surrounding the untimely death of Ronnie, the ex-boyfriend of popular celebrity Kieran, has left many people questioning the circumstances and whether there could be a deeper connection to the drama between him and Kieran. In fact, some are speculating that the timing of his death, right after he demanded a DNA test to prove whether Kieran's son, Junior, was actually his child, raises some serious flags. Was it the relentless allegations, or was Ronnie simply talking too much about things that people didn't want to be revealed? The whole situation has an eerie feel, and it's left many wondering whether Kieran might be involved in some way, especially considering her complicated ties to Baltimore and the people she's associated with there. Ronnie's death came after a highly publicized feud with Kieran, where he adamantly claimed that he was Junior's real father, and that Kieran had been lying about Blueface being the dad. In the days leading up to his death, Ronnie had been demanding a DNA test to confirm the truth. Kieran, however, had refused to provide one. According to reports, the police revealed that Ronnie was intentionally targeted in what was ultimately a fatal attack. He was shot in a location near Baltimore, a place that many close to Kieran know all too well, given her upbringing and the connections she has there. The situation took a darker turn as rumors started to circulate about the intentions behind the attack. Initially, the plan seemed to be to jump Ronnie and intimidate him into backing off. But according to word on the street, things escalated, and the confrontation ended with Ronnie's life being taken. The details of the police report confirmed that his death was a homicide, specifically targeted by someone with clear intent to end his life. This sparked further speculation that Kieran may have had a role to play, either directly or indirectly. After all, Ronnie's persistence in trying to confirm his paternity claim had undoubtedly made her very uncomfortable. Ronnie's tragic death was a huge blow to his family. His uncle took to Facebook to post a heartfelt tribute, expressing the overwhelming grief he felt losing his nephew. The post was filled with pain and regret, stating that he never imagined he would have to bury Ronnie instead of the other way around. "This feels like a nightmare," the post began. "I've been up crying all night. I'm not supposed to bury you, nephew. You're supposed to bury me." The tribute continued with the uncle reminiscing about how close they had been over the years, likening Ronnie to a son. The uncle vowed to fight for justice in hopes of finding closure for the family. While these tributes were pouring in, others were becoming more and more suspicious of Kieran, wondering whether she had something to do with Ronnie's tragic end. Before his death, Ronnie had made it clear that he was not backing down in his pursuit for a paternity test, which had become a heated issue between him and Kieran. He repeatedly made public claims that Kieran had lied about Blueface being Junior's father, insisting that he had a right to know the truth. The situation became more tense when Ronnie publicly confronted Kieran at a mall, accusing her of using Junior to trap Blueface. Kieran, in turn, accused him of stalking her, which only fueled the animosity between the two. Ronnie, however, did not back down and made a bold statement declaring, "That's my son. I deserve to know the truth." Kieran had called the police on him in response, but Ronnie remained undeterred. Things took an even more dramatic turn when Blueface's mother, Chrisean, got involved in the situation. She sided with Ronnie, arguing that if Kieran was so certain that Junior was Blueface's child, she should give Ronnie the DNA test he had been asking for instead of dragging the issue out. Chrisean didn't mince words, suggesting that Kieran's refusal to provide the test made her look suspicious. She said, "If I were Kieran, I would have just given him the test right then and there and been done with it. There's no reason to drag it out." She expressed that if she were in Kieran's shoes, she would have taken the test and put the whole matter to rest, which in her opinion would have silenced Ronnie for good. Ronnie also gave an interview where he discussed why it took him so long to demand the DNA test. He explained that he initially thought the test done on Zeus, another child involved in the situation, was legitimate. However, he later found out that the DNA test conducted on Zeus was fake, just part of a staged storyline for a reality show. This revelation pushed him to demand the real paternity test. Ronnie also spoke about how Kieran had attempted to get him arrested, presumably to prevent him from obtaining the test. He claimed that if he were locked up, the court would likely dismiss his request for the DNA test, allowing Kieran to avoid it altogether. As the drama continued to unfold, it seemed as if Kieran was trying to distance herself from the controversy. After Ronnie's tragic passing, she posted a photo on Instagram that appeared to be a DNA test from 2023, confirming that she was Junior's mother, and Blueface was indeed the father. She expressed condolences to Ronnie's family, urging people to come forward with any information that could help solve the mystery of his death. She also posted a photo of Ronnie, sharing his music on her story as a tribute. However, this response only added fuel to the fire. The situation became even murkier when rumors began to spread that Blueface had been celebrating Ronnie's death while in jail. While this may seem out of place, there were speculations that Blueface might have had a personal stake in Ronnie's death, given the complicated relationships between him, Kieran, and Ronnie. Some suggested that Kieran may have been involved with Ronnie during the time she was with Blueface, which could explain why Ronnie was so convinced that Junior was his child. If this rumor turned out to be true, it would certainly add another layer of complexity to the entire situation. Despite these allegations, it's important to note that Ronnie was just 24 years old when his life was cut short. He was fighting for something many would consider a simple request, the truth about whether or not he was Junior's father. His untimely death left many wondering whether it could have been avoided if things had been handled differently. People who followed the case closely expressed disbelief over how it all unfolded, with some pointing out that Kieran's refusal to provide the DNA test only made her appear more suspicious. If she had nothing to hide, they argued, why not give Ronnie the test and end the drama once and for all? Many people who followed the case closely were quick to express their thoughts, with some feeling that Ronnie's fight for the truth made him the victim in this scenario. One person commented, he was speaking facts all along, and Kieran knows what's really going on. She never gave him the test, and now he's dead. It seems like more than just a coincidence. Others shared similar sentiments, suggesting that if Kieran had nothing to hide, she would have provided the test and ended the whole ordeal. One comment even stated, it's clear that she knows Junior could very well be his son. That's why she's avoiding the DNA test. As the investigation into Ronnie's death continues, people are left with many unanswered questions. Was his death truly a targeted act of violence, or was there more to the story? Did Kieran have a hand in his death, or was this simply a case of things spiraling out of control? Regardless of the truth, one thing is clear. The drama surrounding Ronnie's paternity fight, combined with the circumstances of his death, has raised many red flags, and people are demanding answers. What do you think? Was Ronnie's death connected to his demand for a DNA test, or was it just a tragic and senseless act of violence? Only time will tell, but for now, the mystery remains unsolved.